Day 6 of Simon Says Running Tips is aim to land on your midfoot or forefoot when running. So today I'll be talking about foot strike. There's a rule of thumb with this one is it is personal preference, and if you've been running a certain way for a long time, say if you've been hill striking for instance for 5-10 years and you've never had an injury, there's probably no need for you to consider changing your foot strike. But if you're constantly getting injured and you get niggles all the time, running related injuries, and you get shin splints and things like that, it is worth considering changing your foot strike and how your feet hit the ground when you run. But it has to be done gradually. So if you are considering changing your foot strike, say if you're a heel striker and you want to change to midfoot, forefoot, you want to do this very gradually. Any technique change, you have to do little and often, because it could lead to an injury if you try and do too much too soon. So as an example, if you want to change your foot strike, you want to do maximum 1 or 2 miles at first and then build up to like 5k. Don't go out doing a 10k in a new running style, because you need to give your body time to adapt. And as I say, it is personal preference. I do advise people to run on the midfoot or forefoot when they're running, just because I believe that it does minimise the impact going through your body when you're running. So it impacts running to the crucial the impact of running to the crucial areas, i.e. the knees, hips and lower back. And also, again, as a personal preference to me, when I heel strike, it feels like it halts my momentum when I'm moving forward. So it sort of acts as a brake. That's the way I view a heel, is a bit of a brake really. So I like to feel light and moving forward. And also when you land on midfoot to forefoot, it helps to speed up your cadence as well. This is the turnover, the speed of the rate of your foot hits the ground, and the cycle of your leg movement. So you know, the faster you're doing that, the faster you're going to move. And if you've got your whole foot slamming on the ground, you know, your heel, mid and forefoot all at the same time, it's surely going to slow you down because you're spending more time on the ground. So when you're running, you want to increase the flight time by doing faster, quicker steps. And it's hard to do fast, quicker steps if you are heel striking. So work on running on your forefoot to midfoot. Best way to practice this, if you're not used to running that style, is actually just running on the spot. Because if you run on the spot, one, it'll get you used to running on your midfoot, forefoot, and two, you can't actually heel strike running on the spot. You can test this out if you like, if you've never tried it. So try to heel strike while running on the spot. It's actually quite hard. You can do it, but it looks like you're doing some sort of Irish dance. So yeah, it's a good way to practice on the spot. And then obviously once you've got used to that and how it feels, then you practice outside moving forward, because obviously it's going to feel a lot different to on the spot or moving forward. So that's another good tip there. And of course I just want to add to that as well, that if you are getting injuries from running, it obviously doesn't necessarily mean it's because of your foot strike. You know, there's a lot going on within your body when you run, and the way your foot hits the ground is actually only a small part of that running cycle. So it's not always the culprit, but I do believe it will help if you can change into that style. I think it makes you more efficient and make you more lighter. But as I said at the beginning, it does depend on where you're coming from. It can depend on your size, weight, and how long you've been running a certain style. So as I said, if you've been running a certain way for 10 years and you haven't had a problem, there's probably not much reason for you to change or think about changing your foot strike. So I hope this has helped, and I will see you tomorrow. Thanks very much.